first tune is all the things you are, right? One of the tunes you all have to be responsible for, true? Well, yeah, but it is the chord progression. Yeah, these are all great things, yeah. Okay, so there's your tuning note. That's a very important part of jazz. All right. But once I've identified can identify chord progressions and chord function, like how it works in the tune. Like the first tune, F minor. It's an F minor chord, but really it's, if you really want to get into it, it's the 6th chord. Then it goes to B flat minor, and that's the 2 chord. E flat, that's the 5, 1, this is the 4 chord, which is a major. So I've got minor, either minor, or I could call it along 2, 5, because it goes 2 chords with 5 chord. Major, 1, major, and then I've got what, 5 written down there. G7, dominant chord, C, okay, then the whole cycle starts over again. I mean, it's kind of cool too, there's like 5 tonal centers in it, right? But being able to identify it. But then if I'm going to practice some lines, once I can identify keys and that type of thing, if I want to get some phrases under my belt, first thing I do is, I start stealing from the masters. And what all my books are is every volume deals with stealing ideas from a different master. Like there's a book on Wes Montgomery, one on Grant Green, one on John Coltrane, and one on Cannonball Adderley. I mean, guys that really know this, how to play this music. Okay. Then what I do is I start to practice like this. Okay, give me track 2. This is D minor. So hold on, Tim. Pause just for a second. So in the book, I put everything in the key of C. So if there's anything that's altered, you'll be able to see it with a sharp or a flat sign. Right? They'll kind of tip you off to like, whoa, this is outside of the parent scale. All right, so first line. Let's see. I think that's what it is. So this is how I'm going to practice. This is what you guys would, sound like when you first start playing. So, D minor. That's a jazz phrase. Okay, but it might sound like this when you first started. So you slow it down. The book comes with a CD though, so you can hear what it sounds like against the chord. Now if I'm practicing smart, I'm going to go and I'm going to learn the same phrase in a different octave on a different set of strings. Because it'd be easy for me to play it on 12 keys, so I just move it up and down, right? But that's total cop-out. So now I'm going to learn it in a different register. There it is, that first line. Maybe I'll learn it here. Okay, so I've got it down into D minor. All right, so I practice that line so much that if I got hit by a bus and I'm in a coma, I can still play that line. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm on a respirator. All right, so you own it. This is the next thing I do then. You notice on your handout there's a thing underneath it that says third, underneath the first note. That means that I'm starting on the third of the chord. That's going to help me to move it to other keys, especially now that I have 3 fingerings down for it. So, when I play it against G minor, what note am I going to start on? B flat. Right? Okay, so let's see if I can do it. The next track is going to be minor chords all around the circle of fourths. Okay? There we go. Let's see if I can actually do it. There we go, there's one of them. Might mix around with the time. Lay it back a little bit. Play on top. Okay, now I gotta go play it again. Now I gotta play it against G minor. What's my next chord gonna be? G minor, going around this one. C, so I'm going to start on an E flat. Alright, so in interest of time, you guys just trust me, I can do it in 12 keys? No? Man, well, I can. All right. So anyway, I get a bunch of minor licks under my belt. I'm going to do the same thing with dominant chords. I'm going to do the same with short 2/5s. I'm going to do the same thing with long 2/5s. I'm going to do the same thing with major chords. I'm going to do the same thing with minor 2/5s. I'm going to get a bunch of patterns under my belt. Before long, I'm not thinking about patterns anymore. I can hear what is the difference between a jazz line and a blues line. I can hear the difference between a jazz line and a fusion line, right? I mean, there's a language I'm going to become a part of, and then my quest to steal more from the masters is going to be, heightened. I'll tell you what, there's nothing wrong with stealing this kind of thing, like ideas, right? In your own playing. And a lot of people say, well, I don't want to steal ideas, I want my own sound. Yeah, well, that's like saying, I don't want to communicate with other people, I want my own language. So totally on, what, I'm expressing myself to you, can't you feel it? No, it's ridiculous, it's going to be gibberish. I've got a bunch of students that were like that, gibberish, 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 blah, 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 blah. Oh yeah, I'm playing jazz. No. Are you playing jazz when you practice like this? No, not at all. This is like teaching my kid how to talk. It really is. It's sort of like, como estás? No. That's a good one to know if you're going to Mexico. Where is the bathroom? Right? Kind of funny though that banjo and banjo are so close to each other. Bathroom and banjo. So anyway, you've got a whole bunch of ideas. Tell you what, Monday you learn a minor idea. Learn it in 12 weeks. It'll take about 20 minutes to learn one measure. You guys don't think you could learn one measure of music a day? I would hope so. If I can do it, anybody can. Next day, dominant chords. Next day, short 2/5. Next day, a long 2/5. Next day, a major chord. Next day, a minor 2/5. Take Sunday off, man. Spend it with the band. All right. So 6 chord different types. I mean, that's going to give you almost everything you need to do to get to play through 99% of the tunes in the real book. Or that you're going to be responsible for, or going to get called in gigs. If you do that every week, man, you're going to have 6 times 52. 300 and what, 12? 300 and something. That's a lot of lines. Then do them in 12 keys. What would that be? It's like 1,000. It's like 1,000 lines that you're going to have under your belt. Man, more than that. 300 times 12. 4,000. Yeah. You're not going to be thinking about those lines when you're playing. All of a sudden, you're going to start playing for a sound. It's muscle memory. And you're hearing a language in your head, and you're able to express yourself through it. But it all starts off with learning simple phrases and having a practice method that works. We all do it with rock and roll. You got this. Well, who's that? B.B. King, right? Yeah. Yeah, but Stevie stole it. Hendrix stole it. But yeah, exactly. So but see the point? They all stole it. So it's kind of that way also. But we all learn our rock licks, so you got to do the same thing with jazz. Because after a while, then you start communicating in the rock language, and that's cool. But you have to do the same thing with jazz. And any of you that want to get good at jazz, you have to be prepared to 1, listen, 2, steal the right stuff. In other words, it'll just kind of, it won't ever really sound right. And really, to be great at anything, you have to put in a lot of time. I'm by no means, a master of all this. I don't think yet, but it's, I practice a lot, to get better at it. And you never get there. There's always something to chase. So that's kind of the fun part of it. Keep challenging. So, okay, other questions? That's it. Okay. Oh yeah, I did it. Yeah, I got married. Yeah, it was cool. It's cool. Yeah, that's how I can say it. Yeah. Well, actually, twice. First one wasn't so cool. There's actually some funny stories, but I'm not going to get into it with you guys. But let me, yeah, they're funny now. So funny then. Here's my advice: is to be a musician. I mean, and get married, you have to find whether you're a guy at work or you have to find the right person that's going to put up with you and your lifestyle. Because I mean, they have to. I think my wife really understands that. Like, what I do is important to me beyond just bringing home a paycheck. I mean, we're pretty lucky when you think about it. I mean, we choose something that we love to do to make money. But also the thing that I've had to do that has been hard for me is know when to say enough is enough. I mean, and I'm not going to like preach to anybody about this, but for me, career-wise, I've had to make a lot of sacrifices for my family because I could have gone and done, I wouldn't say bigger things, but I could have gone and done different things that would keep me from seeing my kid very much. I mean, like even now, 20 weeks out of the year, I go on the road, but I usually go for like 3 days at a time, and then I come back. But like last 2 weeks ago, I was in Omaha, and my kid told my wife on this, having a quiet time. I wish Dad would come back from his rental car. Ow. I mean, that was kind of like I almost drove home from Omaha immediately when I heard that. Who's going to come back from his rental car? So, I mean, what you have to decide and be a realist about is that something that's important to you? And if it is, then you have to be creative about how that's going to work. Because I love to play. I'd go nuts if I wasn't playing with great musicians. Like when I did my record, which is for sale, I got to play with some of the best musicians in the world. Danny Gottlieb on drums. I mean, that was Pat Metheny's drummer for, I don't even know how many years. Played with Chick Corea, played with Herbie Hancock, played with everybody. He's like, one of the A-list cats. I mean, cat's bad. So I got to play with him. I mean, that's an important part of my life. And, I'm just really lucky. My wife totally knows me. She gets it. In 7 years of being married, not one complaint yet. Not one. I mean, that's unbelievable. So I totally got lucky. But I also don't complain when she wanted to change the color of the kitchen 4 times. So it's kind of like it's like a balancing act. So first wife, not so cool. Second wife, totally cool. Yeah. So if you can do it without the first wife, that's kind of cool. But anyway, so that was the answer to the question. She's easy on the eyes too, which I gotta look at it. All right. So. Anyway, she'd probably kill me if she heard me. Any other questions? Otherwise, I'm going to just kind of finish up here. I think we're out of time, right, Tim? I mean, 10 o'clock, or can we keep going if people want to still talk?
It's up to you.
Well, I hope you guys get some use out of the books, and I hope you start. For some of you, I mean, I'm teaching that definitely isn't for everybody, but if there's like 3 good teachers that come out of this, then it was totally worth sending all the books down. Because I believe in this music education thing. You become a better person by studying music. It just there's things that you learn that just make you. I really feel make you a better human being. So thanks for coming out, you guys. Do you guys want to come out?